I just want our new place to look nice, in case someone brings home a lady friend.
Relationship pressuring. And yes, I know this is in the previously on and from a different episode, but the show decided to include it here too, so my hands are tied. This episode within an episode made me wonder what other Toph and Katara fanfic was out there, and boy oh boy, I think people may have forgotten that this is a kid's show. Synchronized grooming. Also, Katara doesn't get her own bathroom, or at the very least her own time in the morning to be in there alone. Not to mention you've got Momo off to the side drinking what I can only assume is warm pee.
You've got a little dirt on your... everywhere, actually.
I'm tired of your anti-dirt bias, Cat. In the words of the ancestral poets of my people, God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt.
The fancy lady day spa? Sounds like my kind of place.
I mean, spas really should be everyone's kind of place, and not just fancy ladies. I'm not sure if this sin is for the gendering of pamper culture, or that some people think they're too good to give their body some TLC. But either way, I haven't had some mani-pedi goodness in my life in months. That's definitely a sin. Having said that, doing it against their will is also a sin, so maybe cool it with the forced foot filing? Wait, they still let Toph continue her treatment after this happened? Ba Sing Se must have figured out affordable insurance plans quicker than the rest of the world.
I think she looks cute. Like that time you put a sweater on your pet poodle monkey.
Good one, Star.
These girls apparently went to the Stephen King School of Bullying Things. Star. Setting aside my mixed feelings on the schadenfreude of revenge, is earthbending basically disintegration now? Because that's a big hole, and there's zero debris showing.
I know it doesn't matter, but you're really pretty.
I mean, you say it doesn't matter, but it's kind of the whole point of your vignette, isn't it?
The moonflower likes partial shade.
Maybe, but I'm calling bullshit that it would blossom back up this quickly, unless Iroh is a flower bender. Honestly, that makes sense with his Jasmine obsession. More flower bending!
Leaves from the vine, falling so slow.
This kid is crying, and Iroh is singing, and if I'm honest, I'm not sure which I want to stop more. Also thinking you, a stranger, can make a kid happy when the caretaker can't, aka not minding your own f***ing business. Also, this kid has tears streaming down his face in a giant snot bubble that his caretaker never actually takes care of. You might think that's okay, but it's not.
Huge!
Kids.
I'm mugging you!
With that stance,
Uncle Iroh would be a master senbender.
with a solid stance, you are a much more serious threat.
Of all my favorite masterclass courses, Iroh's session on becoming a better mugger is probably my favorite.
Happy birthday, my son. If only I could have helped you.
I would have believed in you like the thief, protected you like the children, comforted you like the crier, and made sure your moonflowers were always properly shaded? Seriously though, as convenient as all of this happening on the same day is, it still gets me. If nothing else, it's pretty cool that this show takes the time to take storytelling risks and do something special, so I'm crying uncle and offering a sin off. Apparently even Ba Sing Se has its version of Joe Exotic, and somewhere Netflix just greenlit a Tiger Dillo King documentary. Night of the Kangalepus.
My cap! Oh, forget it!
I mean, honestly, did you think we weren't going to take a sin off for the greatest cabbage farmer in the history of television? Here's your sin off, good sir. Yeah, that seems about right.
But you have to open this gate! Or what? Or that!
Sure, but how did this zookeeper even know this Zumanji parade was coming in advance enough to get ahead of it? Aang just improv this Pied Piper routine like he was in a Christopher Guest movie, which would have had to have been a mighty wind, right? Yay! Aang is leading the animals to the glorious freedom of a different form of captivity? Also, how are there already visitors attending? Also, how will this zoo even operate outside of the heavily guarded city gates? I really don't think We Bent a Zoo here has thought this one through.
What's this?
Does Sokka know how to think things instead of actually saying them? There's no way she didn't hear his nosy and noisy exclamation from this distance.
Chittering monkey. In the spring he climbs treetops and thinks himself tall.
Laugh if you want, but around 8 Mile and the Bee, these kind of haiku battles can determine who rules the streets.
You think you're so smart with your fancy little words? This is not so hard.
If you had one shot, or one opportunity, would you capture it?
I'll paddle yours too.
Apparently, the Sokka stands for inciting others to Sokka him in the face.
In fall the clinging plum drops, always to be squashed.
Little known fact, in haiku teacher school, they always train you to carry a plum up your sleeve for just such occasions. You wouldn't think it would come in handy that much, but you'd be surprised. She's got a jar of mayo up her other sleeve that you don't even want to know what the situation that brings that into play.
That That's one too many syllables there, bub.
I'm just trying to think of how long this haiku enforcer has been waiting to do this. Most days he just sits in the class debating to himself whether chocolate has 2 syllables or 3, and if there's more than 1 syllable in the word fire. But today is finally his day.
Uncle, we have a problem.
Hey, Iroh had his own story. He can't be in this one too. 1 vignette per character, them's the rules.
Excuse me, sir. Would you and your girlfriend care for dessert?
She is not my girlfriend!
Sure, Zuko overreacts here, but honestly, this is on the server. That's like server 101. Never assume anything.
You have quite an appetite for a girl.
For a girl.
Close your eyes and don't peek.
I mean, this is stupid enough as it is, but this is a super public place in full view of all sorts of places people could be hiding. Power of boners is strong, I guess. Which nation was that again?
I brought you something. It's a coupon for a free cup of tea.
Do they wrap those special ribbons around every single coupon? That seems like unnecessary overhead.
How was your night, Prince Zuko?
Tell me more, tell me more. Momo could fly anywhere, so why wouldn't he find a nice forest, lake, or stream to drink out of instead of an alley barrel? Shouldn't those alley panthers be in Aang's zoo right now? We saw his whistle of animal friendship blast through the entire city. Skeleton keys. And then Momo was so sad that he fell asleep and the rain drowned him in Appa's footprint and provided his new panther friends with an afternoon snack. I mean, that is what this conclusion is indicating, right? The show is dark, yo.
I could French manicure a chicken while it was running away.
People be like, how was there a comment on the video when it just posted? Fans be like, I'm a member, You can be a motherfucking member too. Get videos early, extra videos, bonus podcasts, swag discounts, and more. Click the Patreon link in the description or at cinemasins.com to take your sin to the next level.
I can't believe we finally made it to Ba Sing Se in one piece.
And you go in pieces, asshole.
Wow, great makeup. Thanks. For a clown.
But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Doctors brought us into this world as babies, and doctors take good care of your grandma.
It is usually best to admit mistakes when they occur.
Daniel-san, you look revenge that way. Start by digging to grave.
On second thought, you should probably stick to saving people.
That's a fake thing.
I have something for you too. Now it's your turn to close your eyes.
Hold it, hold it. Is this a kissing book?